more and more people are realizing that, because it's like, yeah, well, if what I really want through creating this business and through financial abundance is time, then like, how about I just carve out those pockets of time already? And the more you start living that dream life, I feel, then the more those other things do manifest too. Like, then
It's
those
almost like
business
we've got it
opportunities come,
backwards.
or yep, yeah, we just think if I keep working harder and hustling and get more stressed and get more sick, then all these good
Yeah.
things will happen.
Yeah,
It doesn't work
what
that way.
logic that we've created for ourselves. This is
Yeah.
as and it's hilarious too, because as soon as you say it out loud, you're like, "Oh, obviously." But for some reason in our minds, we do go that, "Yeah, I've gotta do this. I've gotta show up as this. I've gotta, get to the shops in between meetings so that I've got dinner on the table." And it's like, oh, it's a little bit much sometimes.
And it's also not our fault. Like, it is
Mm,
the society that we live in, this, yeah, the post-industrial world, this technological era, this patriarchal mindset around business. It's not our fault, but if this is the
yeah.
context that we have to work with,
Yes.
how can we change from the inside out? And at the very least, how can we change ourselves? That's the
Yes.
one bit we've got control over. How can you, so we can, put the blame of, oh, it's the patriarchy's fault. It's, this post-industrial world's fault. But what can you actually do each day?
Mm,
Yesterday I got down big time and I could have
mm.
put the blame left, right, and center. But fortunately, I was able to stop and go like, okay, Elise, your brain is getting carried away. You're premenstrual right now. How about you
Yeah.
just go for a walk at the beach? Go and dive in that ocean. You think you don't have time,
Yes.
but you do,
Yes.
and it works every time. It doesn't heal or fix all your problems. It doesn't bring in miraculous amounts of bookings, but it
Mm.
does just bring you back to yourself of like, okay, one step at a time.
Yes. And it's so funny as well. I notice when I do where I'm falling apart and I do have the self-awareness to go get out of this state, like go have a bath, have a swim, go for a walk, whatever it is. I do find, so we've already touched on the fact that yes, you start to calm down and you feel more productive, but I often find that's when the ideas come. The ideas don't come when I'm stressed and forcing myself to look at my laptop and tick off another item on my to-do list. The ideas come when I'm like somewhere away from work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just again so many reasons to double down on resting and looking after ourselves.
Yeah, and like you were saying, sometimes it is that running the bath or just sitting down away from our screens. But what Sarah and I through our retreats and what I try and do with Enliven teach is that it's also active rest. So you can,
Mm,
of course, we need to actively rest, which doesn't mean lying on the couch with our phone. It means devices away, like you said, actively resting, like actively taking time to rest,
mm,
whether that is meditating or going to bed early or whatever you want to do that's really restful for you.
mm.
But then also, you can be restfully active. So, a lot of us might go to the gym and smash out a half-hour hit workout with some music blaring and lots of lights on and air conditioning, and while that's awesome for the body, it's not restorative for our nervous system. So if we're wanting to
Mm.
tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest, that de-stressing, you can actually be restfully active. So that's a really cool thing that I like showing through my experiences too, because I sometimes attract women into the business who might be there for the 60 minutes of fast paddleboarding or bushwalking or
Mm.
whatever. And so for them, the test is actually slowing down.
Yes.
And that's really beneficial for them too. They might be thinking, "Oh, I came in here looking for this outdoor workout." And of course, they are still getting a workout, but they're also getting this chance to slow down, to be with their thoughts, to tap
That's
into
really
that
hard
parasympathetic nervous
sometimes.
system. It's hard. And yeah,
Mm.
so sometimes women take out of the experience what they weren't expecting to. And it's okay, of course. I don't have a background in like counseling, psychology. I'm yet to do any trauma informed training. And so sometimes I know that that is too much for people to slow right down to be
Mm.
confronted with themselves. And so I always invite people to like tap into all the sounds that are still around you, like chat to the person next to you. You can still distract yourself if it's too overwhelming to be with your own thoughts, but it's a really
Mm.
good practice to be restfully active, be more
Mm.
restful in the way we're doing our activity, and yeah, to come back to yourself.